And we are live. Welcome to my little fast track little series. I don't know, it's not a series, but we're talking about fasting because I'm in the middle of the easiest 3-day fast of life. I don't know what the hell's going on. I think my body just really wanted it. So, we are going to talk about how to start your first 3-day water fast because I am currently doing a 3-day water fast. I am in what you might call it. I might do a ketone test live. As long as I don't show any blood, I might have to like prick it down below and then sit up high. But oh, welcome, Mistito. Oh, sorry. Just went off track. Boy, do I need this. Oh, what a tool to help you get back on track. Fasting. It's definitely a tool. I am using fasting right now to deal with the inflammation I caused with my body. So I'm just going to share with you how long I am fasting for. I had to move the numbers around so I can get my little thumbnail, but I know what time I started. I started at 10 o'clock p.m. on February 16th. So here I am. I am 45 hours into my fast. I'm already down 4 pounds. And I've got my CGM on. See that? Oh, you see that? See that? And I put it on the right spot. That's my continuous glucose monitor, so we can do this live. I'm excited because I've been nerding out. I have a vlog working on for you guys. I edited another video that was going to be like a little like memory down lane trip of my 8-month transformation with OMAD. That video took forever to upload. But I'm currently wearing my continuous glucose monitor, and I'm just making sure that's where I am with my blood glucose levels right now. I'm at 5.8 millimoles per liter. That is, how much is that in deciliters? 0.8 millimoles per liter to milligrams per deciliter. There is a chart. Oh, come on. You could have just told me the number. Usually it does. Calculator? No, just tell me the number. Usually it tells me the number. So decimal, what is it? I think it's around. Oh my goodness. Well, that's awesome. I don't really know what it is. There's a formula. And usually Google just gives me the number right away. Okay, now I have to look at this chart. Thanks, Google, for making my life difficult. But I love you, Google, because you're YouTube. Oh my God, 5.8 is 124. That seems like a lot. That's 124. That might be true, actually. That seems like a lot. It is a lot because I'm moving around. Well, anyway, when you're fasting and your blood glucose levels go up, don't be alarmed. It means your body is just going after the stored blood sugar. I had a whole little thing going on with where I had all the numbers, but I talk about it in my video today. The video that will get out. So for this fast, I am only drinking water. This is just pure water. It's sparkling water. Yesterday I had some lemon and lemon water. So I squeezed some lemon with some apple cider vinegar. Today I don't seem to be doing this. So the reason why I'm jumping into a 3-day water fast is because fasting is the fastest way to make the metabolic switch. It's the fastest way to switch to the other energy burning system. Instead of burning your energy from food, glucose from food, we are burning energy via ketones. And when we do this, it helps multiple organs in our body. I was just reading Dr. Mindy Pelz's Fast Like a Girl, and I might read a little excerpt from it. A little passage from it. But yeah, I just have my electrolytes here. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But yeah, I just wanted to get the book close by so we can, why don't we just put it like that? Because this woman is the reason why I started fasting. So yeah, fasting is like the fastest way to make the metabolic switch. It truly is. That's why OMAD works, because you're making the metabolic switch with fasting. And the reason why I'm jumping into an extended fast is because I inflamed my knees like crazy and I'm already injured. I was doing squats and lunges wrong. No, it was like a single leg squat wrong, and my knee flared up. I mentioned this in the last live stream. So I am not working out right now. I'm taking some time off working out. So whenever I take time off working out, I like to jump into an extended fast. The reason why I do not do alternate day fasting is because I work out like a champ. I work out really intensely, and there is no way with someone with my cardiovascular ability and my athletic abilities to do it yet. I just can't. So if unless I do it lightly, unless I do like, like what I was doing earlier on when I was losing weight with OMAD. So I'm using this fast to make myself go into ketosis faster. The fastest way to get into ketosis, again, is through fasting. If anyone's done the keto diet and they've started, tracking their ketone levels, it takes a while for your body to go into nutritional ketosis with fasting, with eating just a regular keto diet. So I think just fasting just makes things faster. And when you are fasting, you put yourself in a deeper state of healing. Now, for some people who are severely metabolically ill, like I was at the beginning of my weight loss journey, things did not change until I started introducing fasting and frequent fasting like OMAD. Doing OMAD frequently allowed my body to just heal over and over again. Because when you put yourself in and out of that metabolic switch, that's where the healing happens. So there's that. Anyway, I don't know if I should check my ketone levels. I might, and then I'll just grab this for my video because I was supposed to do it on my video, but it's actually time for me to check my blood ketone levels. So yeah, using fasting as a tool for metabolic switching. Okay, so the key to using fasting as a tool for metabolic switching, the most important thing about it is for helping your cells out. When we go into fasting, we allow our cells to heal itself. And with all of the toxins that our cells are exposed to, it's making us prone to so many diseases. Like so many diseases out there that we once thought that were genetic diseases are, like, studies are showing that it's actually being found out that it's damage of the mitochondria, which happens with the current lifestyle we're living. So, yes, daily metabolic switching helps to repair the body. And right now, I am transitioning back into a keto diet. I talked to Marcella, my coach. Again, there will be like a video talking about my phase 1 with the journey because we made a lot of work. And I am using this fast to get my butt back into ketosis because I am way inflamed. I do the best on ketosis because I've been injured for like too long. Been injured for like 10 years here. Not with the car accidents, multiple things. Giving birth to my son, that injured me for a while. And when I'm in ketosis, it just makes my body feel good. So I am doing a modified 80-20 ketosis, but I'm doing it in a way where Marcella manipulated my macros so I'm able to have enough protein to build muscle. You don't need copious amounts of protein to build muscle. When I was doing keto OMAD, you guys have seen my vlogs. You've seen me build the muscle on my legs. My legs just got massive. So when everyone's like, oh, OMAD, and like going into the metabolic switch is a way of helping yourself build muscle. Is it the optimal way? No, that's why I started eating throughout the day. But however, I'm having too much inflammation, but you can get it done. So we are going to be doing the 65-35. So 65% fat, 30% protein, and 5% carbs. Now, according to her, she doesn't want me, I'm eating 30 grams of carbs a day. It has to be all carbs. So we'll see how that works, meaning that there's no net carbs with this. But with this way of eating, I'm definitely going to be eating more vegetables because it's also going to help me do that too. But anyway, let's get into the topic of hand for this fast. How to start your first 3-day water fast. I want to share with people like the best method to do it. So yeah. Oh, I have notes here on things you'll need. But before we get there, let me just talk off the top of my head because it's just easier to do that than to have everything lying around. But I just wanted to point this out. Did I do this? I can't remember. I filmed a video today. But this is the electrolyte pack that I got from Element. You want this one. It says raw unflavored because someone messaged me or left a comment saying that Element has stevia. Yes, all their other ones have stevia, not this one. I just had one of these. Literally, I've been fasting for like 2 days. I only had one pack, and that was enough for me. So it has 100 milligrams, if we can see that, of magnesium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60, oops, I said that wrong. Not magnesium. You guys see it on the screen there. Sodium. We don't need that much magnesium. 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. Like, this was perfect for me. I just had one stick and I don't even need any more. Now, my last live stream, someone asked me if I have an Amazon store. I do now. I just got to continue setting it up. So I am now an Amazon influencer or affiliate. I didn't know I can do it. I guess my channel obviously would qualify. So all of these things I talk about, I will link it in my Amazon store. Once I get the chance to do that, I'll probably link it at the end of this video. So when you are fasting, it is important to have certain things. You want salt. I highly recommend you can do Element. Element makes my life easier. I like to make things easier for me. But yeah, this cost me about 60 bucks Canadian, but I get like 30 sticks and it will last me forever. Americans, it's definitely going to be cheaper for you. It's important to have electrolytes while fasting. You don't just do a water fast. No way in heck you just do a water fast. It's so important to have electrolytes. You need to have electrolytes while fasting. If you don't have electrolytes while fasting, you're putting your health at risk. You're putting your pretty much your heart at risk. You need to have electrolytes. You need to be able to have them because electrolytes are the way our cells pretty much, it's the power, it gives our cells energy. It's the power, that's not the powerhouse of our cells, but electrolytes are very important for cellular processes. That's what I was trying to say. I was confusing it with the mitochondria. Ugh. It's very important. And it makes sense. When we did like water fast, like think about it. Most of us humans probably lived around salt water. So it would make sense why like our body adapted in a way that we can kind of live off salt water until we find our next meal. So to go into your first 3-day water fast, the most important thing that I want you to know is that you need to do your research. You need to educate yourself. Watching this live stream is obviously a first step. It's important to do so. And you are not going to jump from eating all day into doing a fast. No, you're just going to set yourself up for failure. If you do that, you're putting yourself at risk for binging. You want to incrementally work your way up to a 3-day water fast. So that's how I did it. When I first started fasting, which was back in 2020, that was 4 years ago, I started off with a 24-hour fast. First, start off with a 24-hour fast. Do that, get to your first 24-hour fast, see how you feel, and then do that again for like a couple weeks at a time. Do it once a week for like, I don't know, a couple of weeks or a month or so. Do that because when you do that, you get your body accustomed to the 24-hour fasting. Some people may be able to do it quickly. Like once I hit my first 24-hour fast, I think the week afterwards, I jumped into my first 36-hour fast and it got easy from that. That's how I did it. But you want to like get used or get adapted to a couple of 24-hour fasts. Once your body gets adapted to a couple of 24-hour fasts, then you want to make your way to the 36-hour to 48-hour fast range, depending on how far you can go. If you're really struggling with fasting, then just slowly incrementally increase your extended fasting time. So if 24 was really hard for you, maybe go up another 2 hours and then slowly incrementally work your way up. You got to feel it up for yourself. But for me, after that first 24-hour fast, 36 was a breeze. So I did a couple of 36-hour fasts. And then from there, once you get comfortable with this 36-hour to 48-hour fast range, if you're still stuck in the 36-hour fast, make your way to fasting for 40 hours to 48 hours of fasting. That's 2 days worth of fasting. It should get easier. Now, things to expect when you're fasting. Day one is always the worst day of a fast. It always is. Yesterday was a really bad day. All I did was sleep. I just slept all day. I slept. I had a headache. I was getting pain in all parts of my body that I have injuries in. But that's normal because I know after I'm done the fast, and if I eat correctly, we're going to talk about that because it's very important to eat properly after coming off a fast. My body will be fine. It's just basically that pain is just a sign of healing. And I got that confirmation when I was watching Dr. Mindy Pelz's videos. because she was trying to heal an Achilles heel injury that she had for the longest time. She did a 5-day water fast, and over time, it made her like pain better. But she said during her fast, she felt that pain. And yeah, and like yesterday, I was really feeling it in my head, like where I used to get my concussion symptoms, like all here, which I still get. Um, Now today, I'm feeling it in my hip, in my knee. My knee is like pulsing right now. But it'll be okay. I'm going off of my knees, giving them a break after screwing them up with heavy weight, with wrong technique. It's okay. It happens. So yeah, it's important to incrementally work your way up to fasting. And then once you get to your first 48-hour fast, a 72-hour fast is a breeze. Fasting gets easier over time, I think. Now, I've never done like a week long fast. There's some people who've done like, I've never done more than 72 hours. So I can't speak for anything after that. But personally, when I do my first 5-day fast, which I probably will do one day, because that's the fast that will help with chronic injuries. But when it comes to weight loss and kicking yourself in the metabolic switch, for most people, fasting for 48 hours to 72 hours is more than enough for you. Now, there are sometimes when you're doing OMAD or you're trying to lose weight, some people have difficulty and the scale's not budging. That's where you have to learn how to start extended fasting. Extended fasting is the tool you need to help your body get rid of that resistance. You just have to break through that resistant wall. So basically, fasting forces your body into a state where it is forced to go look for the sugar it's stored over the years. So when we're eating this crappy diet, it's not our fault, like obviously we put the food in our mouth. But a lot of us tried to eat healthy and we were misled to what health was actually is, because remember, I don't know if anyone remembers back in like the what do you call it? The 2010s, the early 2000s. I remember being a kid watching TV and it was always like, oh, fat is bad. Now this is bad. Now that is bad. Like the nutrition advice was so confusing. And like people who try to eat healthy weren't really healthy because they didn't know. But now as time is going on, we are understanding all of that. So with us eating this toxic diet, basically what our body does, it stores the glucose or the sugar in organs around our body. So I actually learned this today, which is pretty interesting and explains why people with diabetes end up having issues with their eyes. I never understood why did they have issues with their eyes and all that. I never understood that. Or why did they have necrosis and they would have to cut off a limb? So our body stores blood sugar in a hierarchy. So the first place that, not blood sugar, glucose in a hierarchy. The first place that glucose goes is obviously our blood. So blood is number one. Number two is liver. That's why non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which is what I was diagnosed with, I think it should be a sign of insulin resistance in diabetes. It has to be. But unfortunately, we only look at the blood when it's more than just the blood. So there's glucose is stored in the blood, then the liver, and once that's full, it goes to the muscles. Once that's full, it goes to the fat. After that, it goes to the brain, which explains why we're learning that Alzheimer's is actually type 3 diabetes. That's why we're learning, because we're seeing all these modern day diseases like Alzheimer's, type 2 diabetes, all this stuff. Like it's happening because of the way we're living and our diet. And then the last place it goes is in the eyes. So that's the hierarchy: blood, liver, muscles, fat, brain, eyes. So that's what our body does. So it makes sense. It's so sad why people with type 2 diabetes, some of them lose their vision, because basically there's so much excess sugar in their eyes that it's breaking down the systems that provide us vision. Just like I was mentioning about that woman that my mom knows, who unfortunately is now living in a home in her, in her 40s now, because her diabetes got out of hand. Like it breaks my heart, because like people are just literally trying to just survive, and it's kind of hard to see. But if I can be a voice out there to help people understand that, hey, you're in control of your health and these things are reversible. It might take time, it might take effort, but at least you'll see incremental progress that will encourage you to move on. Then yeah. Hey Cheyenne, welcome to the live stream. Nice. So glad you're here. Now the chat's filling up. Welcome. So glad you're here. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, me and my random live streams. I'm trying. I'm trying. Hey Fire, welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you. I'm so glad you're here. This is awesome. This is awesome. So, yeah, so that's how, hang on. So anyone who's showing up right now, I need to do a ketone test. I'm wearing a continuous glucose monitor, so we're going to have all that data going on. And then I need to talk about my fast. Where am I at right now? The beginning of the live stream, I was at, I don't know where I'm at. I'm not even thinking about it. Tell you the truth, I just want to have a bath. Oh, my neck. That's okay. My neck's going to hurt. Like everywhere that's injured, it's like that's my body healing itself. Um, I'm 45 hours into my fast. 45 hours into my fast. I was saying this is like the easiest 3-day fast I've done. My body really, 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 really wanted it. And it makes sense because I've been eating carbs. But I mentioned earlier, I talked to Marcella. We are going to ketosis. We're going to do a bodybuilding keto diet. So I'm so excited for that because she's been wanting me to eat more like vegetables and stuff. And I've been struggling with it. And I've been turning more to like whey protein and all these protein substitutes. And it can cause bloating. I didn't know that. So we want to get rid of that. But anyway, that's what I'm doing now. So that's why I'm talking about how to start your 3-day fast. So anyway, I said earlier on, the best way to start with fasting is to incrementally work your way up. Start off with a 24-hour fast, get used to a bunch of 24-hour fasts, and then incrementally add on, go to 36 hours, then go to 48. And once you get to 48 hours fasting and you do a couple 48-hour fasts, you'll be good to go to 72 hours fasting. So yeah, and I also said it's important to do your due diligence and learn about how to fast. Like literally before I ever did a fast, I made sure this book didn't exist at the time, but I got all my resources from Dr. Mindy Pelz's channel. I watched Dr. Jason Fung's channel. I bought a glucose monitor. Like here, this is what I'm going to be using right now because I got to test my ketones because I just don't produce ketones. It's like I'm never in ketosis. It's not true. So basically that's a different story. But when you test your blood and if you don't have a lot of ketones, it's fine. Some people it just doesn't happen that way. But obviously I've been in ketosis because I know I'm in ketosis now because I'm not hungry. So I brought this Freestyle Libre. It is it's a machine that people with diabetes use. Now, this Freestyle Libre, at the time when I was doing this, these things were hard. Like finding a ketone monitor or a blood sugar test monitor was hard to find here in Canada. In the States at the time, there was Keto Mojo. Now Keto Mojo exists here. These things are expensive. Well, I think this cost me about $60 on Amazon, but getting the test strips are pretty expensive. And of course, I'm wearing my CGM right now, as I mentioned earlier. So these are disposable. They cost like $100 Canadian, but I'm getting a lot of info in it from it because it's very useful. But I've noticed, I say this in the video, but I've noticed because I've been eating carbs, this is a flat glucose curve, as you can see there. That is a flat curve. I would think it's flat. There's no spikes. Let me show you a spike. If I could go back into my log here, a month ago or so, when I was, let's say, nope, we're gonna go to December. There were days. Oh, I don't know what I was doing this way. I woke up at 5:30 a.m. That's what I said there. That's great. Anyway, that is not a flat glucose curve. Now that's pretty good because considering I've been in the metabolic switch for years, guys. But you see that is not a flat glucose curve. Look at the wildness going on there. Those spikes are crazy. Like as you can see the green there, if you go outside of that, that means your blood sugar levels are at a dangerous point. Now, when I wore this earlier on in December, you see the red? That's saying that's low. So that is a reading of about it's in the threes, so 3.8 millimoles per liter. What is that in? I think that's around 50. Okay, so low 50 to 70 milligrams per deciliter, the other units. I like it when I dip like that because when I actually did this, I don't know if this was the day I was fasting. I can't remember if it was, But when I dip into the threes, I lose tons of weight. And for this, for today or these couple days, I have not dipped into the threes like at all. But I am still losing weight. But still, I like to feel like my blood sugar going really low because then I know my body is doing what it needs to do. Now, for safe blood sugar, I found out for people who don't have diabetes, type 1 or type 2, it's 2.8 millimoles per liter to 3.8 or to 5 that can be normal for somebody. So that's 50 milligrams per deciliter to milligrams. Is it milligrams? Mg. Let's just say mg because I'm not sure what mg means. I'm pretty sure it's milligrams per deciliter to 70 milligrams per deciliter. That's considered low for the diabetes sake, but for people who don't have clinical diabetes and aren't taking all of those meds, that is actually okay. That's normal. Because I always thought, I'm like, should I be dead if my blood glucose level's at 3? No, not really. But yeah, that is like a flat glucose curve. So that's been my curve. So my point with this rant is that when I was doing it earlier on, when I first wore my CGM, that was back in December, and I was doing keto OMAD, or I was doing more OMAD and I was doing more fasting. I dipped into the threes a lot. One time I was at 2.9. Now that I have a lot of carbs, or I've been having carbs in my system, I'm hovering in the fives. Like this morning, I woke up at 4.9, so that is pretty healthy because Dr. Mindy Pell says if you have a blood fasting glucose level of 5.0 or less, that means you're metabolically healthier. You kind of want that. So 5.0 or less is, I think that's 70, between 50 and 70 in the other units. The doctors use a completely different standard, but I rather go with Dr. Mindy Pell's standard because she's done the research. She's coached, or she's not coached. She's a chiropractor. She's a doctor. So she's helped a lot of people who've been ill through fasting. So she knows what she's talking about. But yeah, I totally forgot what I was ranting about there. But when you are fasting, I think it's important to I know not everyone can like afford this, but I think it's important to get your hands on a glucose monitor. And the reason why I did this, because I wanted to fast safely. At the time, we didn't think fasting was safe. We thought it was like, like I didn't think it was safe. I thought fasting was scary. But we're learning that a lot of us need to fast because we are all a lot of us are metabolically ill. So I wanted to get this to make sure I didn't quote unquote croak. But that's just me being worried. But now that I have this, like I learn a lot. Like I learned so much about my health, and this CGM gives me power. So I will be buying another one. They last for like 2 weeks. But I'll be doing this for a month because what I'm doing right now, I'm carb cycling. So once my cycle starts, oh yeah, I broke a rule. Yeah, I started this fast 2 days before my cycle. That's a no-no. But like I was in so much pain with the inflammation, I was like, screw it. I need to fast. So my cycle's supposed to start today, but I think it disappeared again. Of course, because I went and fasted like a bozo. Actually, sometimes it does it's day 26. The app is wrong. May start. My cycle usually starts on day 28. So it will probably start tomorrow or Tuesday. So my cycle is normal right now. Is a delay a little normal? Okay, 26 days. Okay, calm down. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But I just wanted to get into a fast because I knew after this fast I was going to jump into ketosis. Cheyenne says, I'd love to do fasting, but I'm on migraine medication that gives me really bad nervous system side effects. Oh no. If I don't take it with a meal, so just trying to stay under a daily calorie allotment. Yeah, that's the thing. I do mention that in my video. Medications can really mess with fasting. And even Dr. Mindy Pell said, like, if you're on certain medications, like you can't. Yeah, no. I was on a headache medication too. I don't know if it's similar to what you're on, but amitriptyline was more, what is it called? A tricyclic antidepressant, but they actually have migraine effects. Like it can help with migraines. So that's why I was prescribed it when I got into the car accident. And yeah, it does cause nervous system issues, the one I was on. So I get it. I ended up no, I was not. Did I fast through it? I did because I was so messed up. It didn't matter. Like I was so messed up back then. That was in September. Yeah, I would get up and like faint, and I would always see black. Like I would get up and I would just see black. I would see stars everywhere. So who knows? I wasn't well, so if I was fasting on that medication, nah. But I ended up getting off of it like in 2 months. But no, I understand. So yeah, like if you're doing OMAD, that definitely works for you, or just staying, or just eating throughout the day, or intermittent fasting in a way that you can like just keep yourself in a calorie deficit, like just pushing that breakfast or that first meal a little later, or ending that last meal a little earlier. That all works out as well. But I'm definitely thinking about doing 2MAD and maybe keto. Those would be great. 2MAD is awesome. I love 2MAD, especially if you're running around busy, working out. It gives you energy. Even if you're not working out, it just gives you energy. 2MAD is good because it's like it's not a happy medium, but 2MAD, like if anyone who would struggle with OMAD, 2MAD will take away that struggle because you won't get so much of the symptoms. And you're fasting for like 10 to 12 hours in between each meal. Keto would probably even be better for you because then keto you can eat throughout the day and you don't have to worry about that, which is what I'm going to be going back on very soon. I'm so excited. Or now, I'm basically in ketosis now. Yeah, keto, I'm doing a bodybuilder keto diet. Keto is pretty good for that. But yeah, it can happen. It just takes like it can happen. It just takes longer to get into the metabolic switch, but it'll just be a couple weeks or so. It's not a big deal. It depends on your system or whatnot. But yes, no, I'm really like there's ways around this. There's so many ways around this. Like fasting isn't the be all or end all. And that's another thing. I don't want people depending on fasting for weight loss. Like I've seen channels out there where people just fast and fast and fast and fast. Fasting will not teach you how to lose weight, okay? Fasting is a tool we use for healing. I'm using fasting to help bring down the inflammation in my knees and my neck and my entire body. And I'm also using fasting as a tool to get myself into ketosis. So let's go back to the topic at hand. I want to get the information out because I'm sidetracked. I'm all over the place right now with what I'm talking about. But let's jump into things you need while fasting. So you need electrolytes. So your electrolytes must just have these in, I can't even see it. This is in French, so it's not going to work. That works. Must have these ingredients. Like sodium, potassium is enough. You don't really need magnesium. If you want magnesium, you can get magnesium citrate little pills and just take like 2 of those. Those are fine. But for when I started fasting, I just used sodium and potassium. Not even. I think I just used sodium when I first started fasting. I didn't have potassium salt back in the day. But the more I learn, I know. But you need those 2 electrolytes to help you get through the fast and to keep your body safe and to help your cells out because you need sodium, potassium for regular cellular processes. So you need electrolytes. I would highly recommend getting sparkling water. Please make sure it's unflavored. You can get away with not unflavored. Make sure it has 0 calories. You can get away with bubbly. Like I had bubbly, like grape bubbly or peach bubbly, or right now I'm having Le Cru. That's fine as long as it's 0 calories. You'll still get the effects. Some people might argue if you really, really, really want to get into autophagy and do it clean, then don't have anything with flavor in it. Like some people might argue that. And when I say flavor, I mean 0 calorie, like essence. That's what it has. It has like natural essence in it. So you want to have your electrolytes. You want to have sparkling water because sparkling water just helps to keep you full. You also want to make sure you have a fasting app. I use Zero. There's also the Life app. I like Zero. I used to use the Life app and then Zero came out. I just thought its UI interface, so this user interface was like easier to, like it was just prettier. I liked it. And I have so much data on here that I'm gonna be using Zero. So you need a fasting app. And those are the things you basically need. Now, if you really want to understand what's going on with your body, I highly recommend getting something to track your ketones. Speaking of which, I am going to do my ketone test live, and hopefully I don't squeal. I hate using these things. The blood glucose monitor, this thing, it doesn't hurt at all. if I have it in a weird spot this time. Last time I had it here. Now I have it in the right spot. It doesn't hurt to put in or put out. It's just pretty decent. But this thing, oh my god, the pricking. I wish there was a continuous ketone monitor. But I like to know what is going on because basically when I know my ketone levels and I know my glucose levels, I know how metabolically ill am I. If I'm fasting and my levels just keep going up, where's the landslide? Oh, here it is. If my glucose levels keep going up, then that means I thought that was it. Oh no, I don't even know where I put it. Oh, that's it. That means I need to keep fasting. Like it can tell you a lot of info. I believed I talked about it in one of my fasting videos. I do have a fasting playlist. Where the heck? Am I out? I'm not out. No, they're right here. Sorry. I'm like trying to talk to you guys and I'm not looking at what I'm doing. I don't think I can show this on YouTube because YouTube is a bit weird about blood. So I'm going to lean forward a bit. I'm just testing my blood ketone levels. My blood glucose level is going to be on my app here. But yeah, and I'm going to do a whole video about my shopping list, how I'm going back on keto and what I'm going to shop for and all of that. So you guys have an idea. And there will be a keto OMAD after this, clearly, because my fast ends at like 10 o'clock p.m. at night. And I obviously am going to break that fast with a small meal. And guess what that meal will be? It's an OMAD meal because it's technically one meal a day. So there will be a keto OMAD vlog around the corner. So because people ask me so many times, like, what did I eat on keto OMAD and all that? I have tons of vlogs on it. I have playlists on it. So it's out there, but I'm okay to repeat myself because I know there's a lot of new subscribers to my channel and I need the content. But even if I wasn't repeating myself, I know how to make content. It's not hard. My life, I know what to do. It's just follow my journey pretty much. And I'm always learning. So I'm never running out of ideas for content. But the problem is I want to make sure I'm producing content that, sorry, I'm pricking myself. Press it. Why are you scared? Okay, I'm talking to myself. I want to make sure I'm producing content that people need. So yeah, because some content creators are like, what do you know? What do you do? I have blood, so I can't show that on the live stream. I don't want to, but ew, that pricked a lot. So, oh wow, I'm at 0.3. I'm laughing because I never get ketone levels. Oh, there we go. I'm at 0.3 millimoles per liter. For me, that's a lot, okay? Some people can get like 1. For me, that's a lot. So I'm in ketosis. So I remember Dr. Mindy Pell's talk. For me, that's ketosis. Because for some people, it just doesn't show up in their blood as much. For me, my ketones, you know where they're going? They're running to all my injuries and healing them. That's where they're going. They're not in the blood. They're being used. They're being utilized by my brain. Because when you are fasting, you're helping to heal multiple things. You are putting yourself in a state of autophagy. So you're going to heal the neurons in your brain. So that's going to help with mental health. And obviously prevent neurodegenerative diseases that we're seeing lately, like Alzheimer's and whatnot. Fasting can help the liver. The liver is like the number one place where our body stores excess glucose. So our liver adores fasting. So when we are in a state of fasting, our liver gets to get rid of that stored sugar, and in the process, it's healing itself. Fasting also helps with the gut. 24 hours of fasting, guess what happens? Your gut mucosal layer. So the mucus layer of your gut is being oh my God, I can't talk. Rejuvenated and healed up. Just don't use big words, but that's how I talk. My son talks with big words. Side note, my son, he's making connections with all these freaking YouTubers. I'm like, how do you do this? On his little Roblox game. So he's making connections with all these big YouTubers. I'm like, I need to get your channel going. And one of this guy, he was like talking to this 17-year-old YouTuber kid. And the kid's like, you're only this age old, because they saw his video. He's like, man, I thought you were like older than me. My son, honestly, he acts like he's 10 times older than his age. He uses big words. even when he was a baby, I remember like men would see him and they'd be like, he's a big man. They would be like, he's a big man. I'm like, yeah, he is. He's just wise and older for his age. So like when that teenager was surprised that my son's like 9, he's like, what the heck? I thought you were older. And Alex, he's just such a cool kid. He's so special. Like today, he's like, Mommy, I need to go. I'm gonna do stuff. I'm gonna clean the house. So I bought him some Clorox wipes and he started wiping the walls. I'm like, how did I get so lucky to have a sweetheart as a kid? Like, oh my gosh. After this live stream, I'm going to play with him and be a little teenage boy because that's what I was. Okay, that sounds bad. I was a tomboy. Okay, I just did all boy things. Then puberty came and I got my girls, and I'm like, okay, I'm a woman. This is interesting. And, you know, it's beneficial being a woman. Anyway, what was I talking about before I was ranting? Oh, hey, welcome to the live stream. Hey, yo, welcome to the live stream. Welcome. So, yeah, it helps with all of that. So I wanted to read something from Dr. Mindy Pelz's book, and it was talking about the mitochondria. And the mitochondria not only plays a role in energy, but it also plays a role in detoxing. So I've just learned this. I'm slowly going through this book fast like a girl, but I'll just read something quickly. Basically, they figured out that, okay, the metabolic switching has a positive impact on the mitochondria, which use glucose and ketones as fuel. When you eat, these little miracle machines take in glucose that enters your cells and turns it into energy. Now, I don't want to talk too much because I don't know if you can get copyright claimed. I've seen people read books online, but basically, she talks about in this book detoxing with the mitochondria that so detoxing, I'll just read this quickly, is the second critical job your mitochondria performs for you. It does this in 2 ways. It produces glutathione, I think that's how it's pronounced, which controls methylation. And basically the process of methylation is a process of reducing it's the antioxidant process. So that is reducing oxidative stress in our cells, and that lowers inflammation, which improves insulin sensitivity. And I'm not reading word by word. I'm trying to like use my own words here, and can help regenerate the skin. So help deal with things like psoriasis or any skin inflammation and stuff. And it can help with diseases like Parkinson's. I didn't know the mitochondria was a detox thing too. And another thing that I read in that expert, I can just say it at the top of my head, that there are certain parts of our body where mitochondria is like concentrated the strongest. So it's our heart, our eyes, our brain, our liver, and I'm probably missing another muscle or organ. But when your mitochondria is damaged, that's why we're seeing, like, again, we have heart issues on the rise. We have a lot of brain issues on the rise. Our brain is full of mitochondria. So when those things are damaged, like, it's going to hurt us in multiple levels. So fasting can help, is like supportive for them in multiple ways. And when you fast, you're supporting your mitochondria, which is going to help detox your cells, which is the way I was talking about, or which was what I just mentioned. I'm like when I learn about this stuff, I get so excited because it makes me motivated to want to fast more and just be healthy. Like it's just wild to me because I've been like, I got sick at like 25 years old. That's too young to feel like you're 80 years old. I just spent the last 9 years, almost 10 years, just trying to get my health back. And I've come and I was close, and then the stupid accident happened, and then dealing with all the stress I'm dealing with in my personal life, but that's changing because I've got a really good friend helping me out, and I'll soon be on my own supporting myself. And I'm just so proud of myself to get through all of that. And like this journey is not just for me, it's for other people, because I feel like we can learn from other people. When we learn from other people and their struggles, it helps that make us better. Like I learned so much from people I look up to, like David Goggins and, all the people I talk about. Hi, Lisa. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome. Nice to have you here. But yeah, no, fasting is it's just simple. But again, I'll reiterate what I was talking about, how to get into your first water fast. Oh, I totally forgot to talk about the fast doesn't count if you end up binging after the fast. Now, I've had this happen in the beginning. This doesn't happen so much, obviously, ever since I've done OMAD. After you fast, it is so important to fuel your body. People think fasting heals, but eating the right foods heal. So after the fast, I want to help my liver. So what am I going to do to help my liver? I'm going to go buy some rodaceos. And I can't find dandelion, but bitter vegetables help with the liver. If you want to help your brain, what are you going to eat? Fat. Fat from meat. You're going to eat fat from meat. You're going to get fat and proteins. So you want to make sure after your fast, you are eating the right food. So when I break my fast, it's going to be a keto plate of food. So it's going to be, I can't get the organic ribeye, unfortunately, because the farmer's market, the Calgary farmer's market closes, the one that's near my house, that's by my gym, it closes on Sunday. And on holiday weekends, it's a holiday here. Is it a holiday in the States? Let me know. It's family day here. I don't know what that means. Like, I guess you hang out with your family, but in the States, it's, I don't know, do you guys have a holiday or wherever you're from? Is there a holiday on right now? But I was gonna, like, this would have been my ideal meal, but I'm probably gonna break it with salmon, but I'm gonna break my fast. Oh, this is a 72-hour fast, so I might have to be careful. Probably a vegetable. I think edamame. Now, some people might judge me on that because edamame is soybean. I have organic edamame, if that matters. I get it because it's a soybean. Is estrogen high right now in my cycle? No. Progesterone. Well, technically, I'm going to into once my cycle starts, which should start soon. I'm going into the phase where estrogen starts rising. So is it a big deal? Anyway, someone. It's just I don't want to be too nitpicky, but I'm gonna probably break it with a vegetable. It's definitely going to be edamame. And then I'm going to have some salmon. And if the supermarket's open tomorrow, I want to get my hands on some rodaceos. So I'm going to do like a nice keto OMAD meal. I'm just going to do like whole foods and nothing crazy. Oh, hey, Mo. Welcome. I need another 72-hour. I need to do another 72-hour fast. I didn't make it through the last one. When was your last 72-hour fast? Sometimes when you attempt to do a 72-hour fast and then you go and try to attempt it again, sometimes you just need to just take a bit, take a while, and then reintroduce yourself to it. I had that struggle before where I was trying to do a 72 and I ended up doing 248s. And I'm like, okay, let it be 248s. And I waited. This is like my first 72-hour fast in years. Knock on wood that I get there. I think I will get there because I'm not hungry at all. And my blood glucose levels keep going up. What did I do to myself? But no, my glucose curve, again, we're at 5.6. Oh, I forgot to make a note. So my ketone levels are going up, which is good. So when you're fasting, this is what you want to see. Ideally, you want to see your blood glucose levels go down and your ketone levels rise. Right now, my blood glucose level is like steady, and my fitness pal's like, you haven't logged in your meal for today. I'm like, I'm not eating. Marcella knows I'm fasting, which is why I love her as a coach because she's not gonna like judge me. It's like, yeah, you're fasting, blah blah blah. She knows I do all this stuff. It's kind of helpful to have a PT or personal trainer that's like, she's done fasts herself. Not, I think she's done like other types of fasts, but yeah. Sorry, I'm making a note here. My ketone level was at 0.3. That's good. My ketone level is rising. But I just want to let you know, I'm jumping into this fast because I tested my ketone levels a little bit earlier. I want to get myself into ketosis. I'm done with eating carbs for the next 3 weeks. I'm going to follow Dr. Mindy Pelz's protocol. I think that's like the next chapter in the book where it talks about the art of fasting like a girl. It's the next section of the book. The art of fasting like a girl. I'm following this because I screwed up my cycle. So I am going to do keto for 3 weeks, and then I'm going to jump back into carbs. But when I go back into carbs, I want to make sure I'm really honing in on nature's carbs. So I want to make sure I'm avoiding things like McCain French fries. If I want French fries, I can just get a damn potato, cut it up, and put it in the air fryer. So I want to make sure I'm going clean with my carbohydrate sources because my body's just dealing with so much inflammation right now. But you should definitely see where your body's at with it. How long did you get to your last fast? That's what I want to know. Like, how far did you get into it? Hey, Deanne, welcome to the live stream. Hi, Daniela. I've seen Mixed info online. What is binging to you? Sometimes after fasting, I have a larger calorie meal, 2 meals, and wonder if that's considered binging. Um, Binging, this is binging to me. Because it's differentiating between binging and just being a little bit more hungry. Binging to me is basically when you are in, okay, there's two versions of binging. We're going to talk about binging mental health, and we're going to talk about endless hunger due to fructose issues. So we're going to talk about food addiction versus binging, which is both the same, kind of the same things, but one is caused by mental health, the other one's caused by our crappy diet system. So when it comes to the mental health version of binging, to me, it's when I'm in a trance. So I'm like in a state where I'm not there, I'm kind of dissociated and I'm feeling numb and I need to eat food to just make myself feel better. And I just keep eating and eating. And then I'll be full. And then I wait for room. And then I will cook something else. And I'll just keep eating and eating. That's binging. Now, food addiction is, because I've experienced both. Food addiction is when you eat a meal that should satisfy you. And then you're still hungry. And you just have endless hunger. That is kind of food addiction. Now, in your situation after fasting, it is normal to be a little hungry. But to avoid that, I would highly recommend breaking your fast at night. You want to, like, I've always broke my fast at 6 p.m. or later. Because again, you want to treat the end of your fast like an OMAD. Every time I broke my fast, I never would eat more because I have a pimple up here and that hurt. And I would go to bed. Ow. This pimple like appeared in the middle of my fast. Now I'm getting itchy. I'm sorry. My body's doing weird things. I would treat your fast as like an extended OMAD, even though it's not, because you're fasting more than 24 hours. So to avoid that, I would highly recommend breaking your fast as you would an OMAD meal, 2 to 3 hours before bed or like right before bed. So that's what I'm going to do. My fast is supposed to end at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. If I make it to 10, it's not a big deal if I don't, because as long as I'm in that third day, this will be the longest fast I've done in years. I'm going to have my little meal that way. So I hope that answers your question. So that's binging to me. It's just lack of control. Now, there are times where I'm working out and I'm exercising and I've been dieting for a while. And then maybe 2 weeks in, I'm like, oh, I'm a little hungry. So I eat a little bit more, but then I go on the scale the next day and the weight drops. And I'm like, okay, that's just hunger. So that's the difference between binging and not binging. I hope that makes sense. But after a fast, I wouldn't consider it binging if you have 2 larger calorie meals. It's just your body just making up for not eating. I hope that makes sense. I want to say I made it about 42 hours. That's good. That's awesome. I'm trying to do one monthly. That is awesome. If my body allows it. I did one at the beginning of January. Yes, if your body allows it. It's important to listen to your body, because if you try to force yourself to fast, I've done this before, and you may put yourself in a situation where it backfire and you'll end up binging. So listen to your body. Dr. Mindy Pell says it's good to fast like quarterly, every like 3 months or so, like to do a series of fasting. But like my last fast was in January. It was like a 48. This will be my longer fast because I'm going to go to bed after this. I have no desire to eat. My blood sugar, my body's eating itself right now. I think it's my muscle. I think because again, your body stores the first place it goes is the liver. Then it goes to, what's the order? It's the liver. Then it's I gotta memorize this. I just learned this today. The muscles. Yes, the muscles are next. And I've been building muscle like crazy. So I think it's my muscles that are causing me to do this, because I don't know. This is way too easy of a fast. And it's funny because I thought having more muscles would make fasting harder, but it's making it easier for some reason. Because when you build muscle, you actually get more insulin receptors, I believe, or something. Insulin receptors with your muscles. So yeah, because your muscles want to take in more glucose, because the muscles, they need glucose they need ATP, and muscles have a lot of like mitochondria in there. So that makes sense. So I think it's the muscles that's doing this. Plus, I was taking creatine and I'm still at 5.6. This is weird. This is weird. This is what I mean. That's my meal, you know? That's my meal. Now, normally when I eat, like I remember I've done this when I would eat a meal would go up. If you're ever doing a continuous glucose monitor, um, and like there are 2 times your blood glucose levels will go up after exercise and first thing in the morning. So don't be alarmed by that. But yes, anyway, going back to this question, hours is pretty good. My body allows it. Yeah, I would just listen to your body. You did one in January. Try to do one in February. If your body doesn't want to do it, it's fine. But I know someone was doing weekly fasts, but they were really ill. That was Michaela Peterson. She was doing weekly 36-hour fasts, which isn't too bad when you think about it, because people do ADF all the time. But listen to your body for sure. That's what I would say. Hello, Daniela. I do 72-hour rolling fast. We feed keto OMAD. That's awesome. And I'm down 62 pounds in 3 months. That is awesome. Good for you. I cannot do rolling fasts. There's no way because I need to exercise, but that's awesome. Some people exercise fasted. I can't. Not with the way I exercise. But that is amazing. Like a rolling 72-hour fast, 62 pounds down in 3 months. That's really, really good. But I want to touch on that. It's important with rolling fasts are great, but it's really important to learn how to properly eat without fasting. That's like the key. And I really hope that like you keep that weight off because that's amazing. I'm sure you will. But it's so important to that's another thing. You got to learn how to properly eat. That's key. And I think I've had a lot of practice in that. And that's why I say OMAD is the happy medium between fasting and learning how to eat. Ooh, all the pain everywhere. That's my body healing. Heal, autophagy, heal. Come on, heal me. I just don't want to be injured anymore. And doctors aren't healing me. Working out's not healing me. So I'll just fast my way into heal. I should really do a dry fast. I will, trust me. I will do a dry fast. Probably in the summer for some reason. I don't know why. Dry fasting, when I did that dry fast, my neck felt good for weeks. Because you get like max autophagy with dry fasting. And I would probably do it in the way I did it, like alternate day dry fasting. But yeah, it's important. Like off this fast, I already have my plan. I already have my macros. I already know what I'm going to eat. Now, obviously, when I end the fast, I'm not going to eat my full macros. By now, I think I'm eating 2,000 calories now. It's gone down. Because if you're eating in a keto way, you don't really like it. You don't need to calories. Oh my God, dare I say it? Calories don't matter. Because when you eat in a keto way, you're burning way more with the diet because you're consuming a lot of fats and proteins, and it takes our body so much energy to process protein. And again, with fats, our body metabolizes fats differently, and I'm barely eating any carbs, and my total carbs are going to be 30 grams. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I think I can do it. It'll be fine. I'm going to be eating vegetables. So it's basically, I don't know why I'm nervous about that, but I think I was doing that before anyway. Yeah, Marcella wants me to do total carbs as opposed to net carbs. But it'll be fine. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, Deanne says it makes sense. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm glad. Yeah. No, I had that question myself, but I kind of figured it out through the years. And now that I understand that there's binge eating, which is like the disorder that I have, I was diagnosed with disordered eating by a psychiatrist because I'm messed up. And then when I watched that interview with Manny and that gentleman, he's like, yeah, I never really had trauma in my life, but I'm getting all these pains. Okay, body, you're healing. But he's like, I just ate a lot of food and I just ate. And he got up to like 500 pounds and now he's a bodybuilder. He's shredded. Well, not shredded, but he was shredded. He went on stage. So that's when I noticed there was a difference between food addiction, because not everyone has trauma or mental health struggles relating to food, and they just, eat and food being addictive. So there's like the food addiction and there's the binging and then there's the both. I have the both because I understand. Oh, you're welcome. I hope you do. Yeah, because I want you to succeed. I want you to win. I want you to win. I want you to win. I want everybody to win. I really, really, really do. I want us all to win at this. Well, anyway, I hope I answered this question properly. Obviously, a video will be coming on this because videos are a bit easier. I just thought of this live stream last minute, and I have a giant pimple here. I never get pimples. I've been blessed with good skin. but there's something going on here. There's a pimple in my eyebrow, and I noticed it during my fast. What the heck? I don't know. Maybe it's my skin detoxing. It is. Remember I mentioned the mitochondria in the skin? Yeah. Why is my eyebrow? Maybe because a lot of people touch me. Yeah, I have a massage therapist. Yeah, a lot of people touch. That sounds wrong. I see a pelvic floor physio. Yeah, she goes down there. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm touched a lot by people, so maybe that's why my skin's acting up. Maybe someone had dirty hands. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Make sure you hit that like button, guys, as it helps me out. Thank you for joining me today. I have an awesome video coming out tomorrow, just laying out how much weight I lost with OMAD, and I go over like each month of OMAD I did, how much weight was lost. Um, I actually didn't do keto OMAD for all of my OMADs. I just went back and looked. I did keto OMAD for the first month, and I did mostly keto OMAD for the second month. November was a hot mess. You guys will learn about that. December was keto. No, December wasn't keto. Are you kidding me? I had Christmas. I enjoyed Christmas and stuff, but I did a bunch of fasts to make sure I got under Wonderland. And then I was consistent with keto from January to May. But it will go over what to expect with weight loss with OMAD, and that you can still get results with OMAD even if you're not perfect and you mess it up. Because I messed up a lot, but I still made that awesome transformation. So that video is coming out tomorrow, detailing that. And yeah, I'm just excited that I'm able to fast again. It feels good because I couldn't get past fasting for the longest time because I would get horrible headaches. I had a horrible headache yesterday. All I did was sleep. Sometimes you just gotta sleep. Dr. Mindy Pels even said that. Just sleep. The headache was just my body healing itself from the concussion and whatever. But the headache was so bad. But it's gone. I didn't get a headache today. So usually with day one, when you do an extended fast, you get headaches. Day two, it's fine. I even took an Advil. I know I took something. It's like a combination between Advil and Tylenol, and that didn't even work. But today, no headaches. Just now I'm getting aches and pains in my shoulder. Yeah, because there's a shoulder injury that we're going to figure out what's going on there. But the aches and pains are healing. Everything's healing. But anyway, I'm going to go play with my wonderful, wonderful son, who I don't deserve because that kid is too damn good. I see other people's kids and I'm like, how did I get this kid? Because I'm a good mother. I'm a good parent. No, I can't. People go through stress. I'm not going to judge people. You know, there's conflict in families. Mine. People are working a lot. Stuff happens. People are doing their best. So then there's millennial parenting. I don't millennial parent. I can tell you that. That's why my son's an angel. And that's why all the teachers want him when they go on trips because they know he'll behave. And he's just such a pleasure to be around. Anyway, I'm going to go hang out with my son. Thank you so much for being here today. And I'm sending you guys mad love. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for a video. Take care. Bye.